Today we have with us Dr. Abhijat Sheth, who last week took over as the chairperson of the National Medical Commission, the apex regulatory body for medical education in the country. Dr. Sheth also heads the National Board of Examinations in Medical Sciences, which conducts the entrance exams for the postgraduate and super specialization medical courses. Dr. Sheth has been heading NBEMS for the last 9 years, and under his leadership, there has been tremendous growth in the board.
Namaste and thank you so much, ma'am.
Sir, your appointment comes at a crucial time when NMC's role in assessment of medical colleges has come under scanner. There have been allegations of corruption against former members of NMC and some staffers. What steps will you take to strengthen the assessment procedure to prevent such lapses?
Yes, it is true that during the time of joining, these allegations are a serious concern for NMC. However, after joining, I reviewed along with my team regarding the overall processes and the problems, and I must say first of all that these allegations against people and institutions are very handful numbers of institutions against the scale on which the NMC is handling their assessment operations across the country. Hence, it will be unfair to say that the whole system is having a problem. Simultaneously, we take this as a serious concern, and NMC has already adopted a zero tolerance policy, and they have taken immediate step to regulate the people and institutions who are alleged in this issue, and appropriate action has been taken against them. Coming to the next point, that how we can improve our assessment. Before my joining, NMC has already introduced some of the system to get away from the physical dependency of inspection, which include institutionalization of self-assessment reports, deployment of central control and command center for NMC inspections via CCTV surveillance, and a bus system to monitor the faculty and the hospital staff. NMC Act provide enough provisions to ensure that any deviation from the standard of practice will be taken seriously, and appropriate regulatory or penalization action will be taken to ensure that the maximum compliance has been achieved. What we are going to do now after my joining with our team is going to have a detailed root cause analysis of the problem, and based on the problem we will find out shortcomings, any area for the improvements, and at the same time we will ensure that one, the regulatory mechanism has to be strengthened based on our root cause analysis, and also we need to take adequate steps to ensure the further prevention of such alleged incidences.
Counseling for NEET UG is already underway. However, inspection of many of the UG medical colleges which have applied for increase of seats or for starting of MBBS courses has not yet begun. So, will the new seats be added for this academic year, or will they be carried forward to the next session?
Yeah, along with my appointment, the MARC president, which is the president for the assessment board, has been already appointed, and we have taken this completion of inspection on the priority base, and assessments are under the progress. We are expecting to increase roughly around 8,000 seats based on the number of application which we have received in this academic year, which includes both UG and PG seats.
This is the first time that the total number of MBBS seats for which counseling is underway has decreased as compared to the total number of seats in the last academic session. How do you plan to address this?
Because of the ongoing inquiry, numbers of seats may have been reduced, but overall the number of seats are eventually going to increase by 8,000 or even more after the completion of the total inspection process.
Over 2.4 lakh candidates have appeared for the NEET PG this year, while the number of seats are much lesser as the inspections have not yet been held. How do you plan to tackle this?
Coming to the PG counseling, we have already initiated the process simultaneously for the PG inspections, and PG counseling is going to take place in the month of September, and we are confident that new seats will be also added to the PG counseling process.
Posts of presidents and members in various boards like the UG board and ethics and registration board are vacant. How will NMC operate without these vacant posts being filled up?
As far as I know, the UG board and EMRB board president posts are vacant. Also, the member posts are vacant, and part-time members posts are also vacant, which is under the process by the government. Until then, we have postgraduate board president, we have MOP president and myself, as well as a very strong admin team is in the place, and since this responsibilities has been vested upon me, we will ensure that the process doesn't suffer with the timeline, and to initiate any reforms. So, we are expecting that all other posts will be filled up and the processes will get streamlined in next couple of months.
National Medical Register NMR, which was started last year for creating a centralized digital database of all licensed allopathic doctors in the country, has so far seen only 700 registrations out of the 13 lakh doctors in the country. How will you encourage doctors to register on it?
Yes, it is true that this process has been very slow. First of all, I'll say that NMC has got already 13 lakh plus of Indian medical registered doctors database with them. NMR is a upscaling of this database, which needs better coordination with the state medical councils, as well as we need to speed up our IT processes and to add on to some of the tools like artificial intelligence and some IT tools to ensure that within the defined timeline the sustained improvement in the process happens, and we have set it up timeline for 6 months where you will see substantial increase in the numbers and improvement with the NMR will take place.
Number of medical colleges in the country has increased dramatically since 2014. However, there are concerns regarding the quality of doctors passing out from these medical colleges. How will you ensure that the quality and standard of medical education is maintained?
Both numbers and quality of medical education is equally important. The increasing in number is required to bring the sustainable quality in the medical education over the long time and to bring the uniformity of delivering the health care across the country, while will ensure that while increasing the number, the quality of the medical education doesn't get diluted. Simultaneously, we have initiated and strengthened our process of accreditation to ensure that the bare minimum standards in faculty requirements, in infrastructure requirements and in clinical material requirements are met up with, and that will certainly helpful to escalate the quality. Also, we have initiated a process of 5 digital model where we are encouraging our institution to adopt new solutions beyond the physical education that includes skill and virtual education to address the competency based training and digital and e-learning solution to bring the uniformity in the medical training across the board. NMC, we strongly believe innovation, integration and implementation, and innovative medical practices we are promoting amongst our stakeholders, and NMC will be very happy to support the new innovative models to adapt into the medical education system. Simultaneously, when it comes to the integration, we have realized that lot of clinical material is there with private hospital setups as well as the governmental hospital which are not utilized in the NMC training program, and we want to tap this opportunity to integrate these institutions for the medical education purpose to ensure that we can get better clinical resources for the aspiring medical students, and hence the integration is very important, and this is the concept which my team would like to take it forward, and we are going to stay very strong at the implementation of whatever the reforms are there.
The National Exit Test next for final year MBBS students, as envisaged in the NMC Act, was to be implemented within 3 years of the enforcement of the Act. When will next be held and from which batch will it be implemented?
Test is a novel concept without any doubt, but there are many unanswered questions, and we have to ensure that this model is compatible with the medical education which we are providing to our students. The main unanswered questions are how we are going to transit from the state level university examination to the central model. Second is we want to ensure that what the difficulty level which we are going to set up with this examination. The third is how we will create a positive perception of this examination across our stakeholders, both the faculties as well as the medical students. And in this direction, we are working. Already Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has worked in this direction for last couple of years. However, I feel it will take a while to start next exit exam. We need consensus amongst all stakeholders, and student perspectives regarding any concerns for this examination should be addressed, and their confidence level for this examination should be created, and it should allay the fear among the student that this examination is not going to be difficult for them, but it is going to be the fair assessment for them. Till we addresses all these ground level issues and we make sure that it is acceptable to all the stakeholders to take this examination comfortably, to run across the country in uniform way, it will take a little while, but we certainly support the next examination as a good novel concept, and eventually we would like to work for it.
There has been an increase in the instances of suicides by resident doctors due to heavy workload and other issues. What steps NMC will take to address these issues?
The NMC accords highest priority to mental health, well-being and professional dignity of the resident doctors. Under the Postgraduate Medical Education Regulation 2023, Regulation 5.2 and Regulation 5.5 addresses all the issues related to well-being of the doctors, including their working environment, including their relaxation, including their stress level and including their mental well-being. We have also simultaneously acted on another act which is Ragging in the Medical Colleges Institution Regulation 2021 require annual compliance reporting by institutions and stipulate punitive measures against the offenders. In 2024 February, NMC constituted 15-member National Task Force for Mental Health recommending centralized report of suicide, supportive institutional environment, systemic reforms and regular training, and students can lodge their complaint through NMC grievance portal, and colleges are bound by 2021 anti-ragging regulations to report compliance and take punitive actions as and where required. Additionally, the clarification issued on 28th of August 2024 eased academic pressure by stipulating that a student shall not be barred from appearing in the examination on account of non-approval of the dissertation or thesis by the head of the department. Through above measures, NMC continues to work proactively with all stakeholders to ensure the physical, mental and emotional well-being of the resident doctor, and NMC is committed to protect it.
Thank you, sir, for speaking to PTI.
Thank you so much.